Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. This is your outlook for October 22nd, 2014. And yesterday actually turned out to be a pretty nice day over much of the central and southeastern portions of our coverage area here. We're expecting the upper level low to move southeastward and eventually merge with the system offshore, which it did, but it actually ended up being a dry slot over much of this area here where I'm circling here. Much of this area here was stayed in the sunshine, which was our central and southern portions. Did have a few more clouds, maybe a few occasional showers across northeastern PA and central PA during the day on Tuesday, but much of the day was rain free everywhere else. So it did turn out to be a pretty nice day, partly cloudy skies for those areas, but a lot of that happened to do. A lot of what happened was the area of low pressure that was sitting out over western Pennsylvania was actually getting energy taken from it from this offshore system that is now that is expected to be merged with this system offshore. One merging with the other and combining into one low that will strengthen over the next couple of days and very slowly move to the northeast and actually kind of do a loop and retrograde as it does. So this is what we're expecting early on in the morning. Just our southern areas here. Wednesday morning, getting into some shower activity in here. This is shown on the global models. Is also shown on the NAM. And here's a look at that. Here's you see the southern areas again getting into the action here at this point. Mainly across southern New Jersey and Delaware in our coverage area here that will be dealing with the showers early on Wednesday. Now, I really don't think there's going to be much in the way of precipitation on Wednesday for much of our area here, except for the southern areas that we outlined here. As you go a little bit further in time here, really this pushes off to the south here. There's really not much going on. We got a little bit of possibly a shower across eastern sections here, but we're going to remain cloudy today. There's going to be the system's going to be offshore here, so it's going to be bringing the clouds in from much of our area here today, but really not much in the way of precipitation until you get very late in the evening here, probably mid to late evening on Wednesday. Starts getting some showers rotating through here, and this is going to start rotating around this area low pressure offshore and bring us some rainfall in the Wednesday night and Thursday time frame. So not really a lot of precipitation during the day on Wednesday. Again, just remaining cloudy. It will be cooler, though. We're going to have winds out of the north, so with a northerly wind component, you're going to have temperatures that are going to be cooler than they were yesterday by a good 6 to 8 degrees. So it's going to definitely feel cooler, and it will be a little bit breezy as well, with wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour on Wednesday. So go a little bit further beyond this point, and this is actually looking at Wednesday morning at this point. Go a little bit further here, and you can see this area low pressure just kind of sitting and spinning here offshore, but it's really not affecting too much of our coverage area here at all. Again, favoring mainly eastern areas for this precipitation to occur, and then this low pressure area will strengthen. You see it looks like it's going to start moving up to the northeast, but then it's going to actually, over the next couple days, it starts about here, and it's going to come up here like this. It's going to do a loop up here like this and go up a little bit further north, do another little loop like this, and then finally head off to the northeast. So we heard the term nor'easter this week. We weren't really a fan of that. This is not a classic nor'easter, and I'm not sure why some of the major outlets were hyping this as one. I mean, we'll have some much needed rainfall up here in eastern Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and even Massachusetts here, but these areas are all in a drought, could definitely use the rainfall, but it's really not a nor'easter with the beach erosion and all that nonsense that they were hyping. So we're going to get shower activity here, a little bit heavier rain up here in New England, but really not a big deal. And then going next frame here, we will have an area of rain that's going to move around this system here, that's going to move through here on Thursday. I'm sorry. This is just wraparound moisture as the system continues to move off to the northeast here, and all this wraparound moisture is kind of funneling in like this. So we're expecting just our eastern sections will be under the rainfall. The rest will remain just clouds. And then going a little bit further here, the system finally does move off to the northeast and takes this precipitation with it. Friday, I still think remains mostly cloudy with just those clouds hanging around with the system still not completely out of the picture here. Might be improving by later in the day, and then as we get into Saturday and Sunday, we have high pressure moving in here from the Ohio Valley. That's going to clear things out very nicely, and actually we're going to have a very nice weekend, it looks like, with temperatures rebounding to near normal for this time of year. And then as we get into Monday, high pressure sitting right over top of us. and we're going to be warming up, we think, as we get into the Tuesday, Wednesday time frame before this next cold front moves through as we get into midweek. And here's a look at that. This is looking at the GFS, so this is the upper level of vorticity. Here's your upper level system here. You actually have a trough sitting over here in the east here. This is what's keeping the cool temperatures in place. Here's your trough, and this is actually a cutoff low within this trough here. So, anytime you have a trough like this means you have cold air. There's a lot of dig down here from the north, and that's why we're going to have that with the northerly winds, northwesterly winds. They're going to allow that the temperatures to be lower for the next couple days. And that's as long as this trough is in this place. When you have a ridge, which is like this here, temperatures are going to be warmer in these areas here. Everywhere you have a ridge, warmer, warmer. And this is the colder area here. That's how the troughs and ridges work. So, and we will get into that eventually as this system pulls away, and we get into early next week. And the Tuesday time, basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, you can see now, instead of having that big trough sitting over the northeast here, you got a little mini trough here, but you got a big ridge sitting out here like this. So when you have that big ridge like that, you have temperatures increase. So we should have temperatures in some areas that may approach 70 degrees as we get to Tuesday of next week, and then maybe Wednesday as well before that cold front pushes through and cools us back down behind it. But that's how these the jet stream is basically driving this pattern here as far as whether we're going to have cool or warm weather, and we are going to have warm weather to deal with as we get into the early part of next week. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is our outlook for October 22nd, 2014. Have a great Wednesday.